Well, Pulkit, one of the things that the funding announcement highlighted that I thought was really interesting, and something that we see quite a bit of as well, is that now more than 50% of SaaS companies leverage usage-based pricing now as part of their model. I think this is great. I always have felt like the initial shift to the cloud sort of de-risked the deployment of the software. But now we're really getting to a place where we're de-risking that people actually use the software and sort of get value from being in the software. So when we think about that model shift to a usage-based pricing model where companies not only have to sell the solution, but make sure people get on the solution and use it, what does that mean in terms of the importance of onboarding and kind of what is and what is not onboarding in your mind?
Yeah, I think it's great that we're moving to this model because the proof is in the pudding, if we're going to continue with our food theme. Before what could happen is you get sold a piece of software and it would happen through a sales process. It could be relationship based. And then the individual consumers of that software, especially in a business setting, were lumped with having to learn it and they were forced to use it. But now we're moving to this kind of more consumer oriented model where I can just start using software without even having to buy it. So I try it out, I use it. If I like it, then I put my credit card down. And if in any month I decide this didn't fulfill my needs or I discover an alternative, I can pretty much switch to the other. And that's just the model we're moving towards, which is a very consumer oriented model. We're all buyers of software in our private lives. As we look at apps, we're assessors, we evaluate, is this good? Does this work? Do I like the UX? And we can apply the same insights into our business software. So in that world, as companies do move to usage-based pricing, usage and engagement are absolutely fundamental to success. And we, in some ways, think about it, in the old ways of a revenue center, where if you can drive usage, you can drive revenue. And it's not a cost center where you have to support users in their learning and training and reduce their tickets. And so in that world, it is critical that people learn software quickly, they understand the features quickly, they get to value quickly. Now, product teams are responsible for core value creation. They're thinking about which features to build, how it's going to solve the needs of the market, but there also needs to be a function around delivering and communicating value. In a world of old could have been customer success. You're doing one-on-one calls, talking to people about features. But what is that in the world of today where people are, it's all scaled, tech touch, self-service, real time? You need a model where you're delivering those value and it can be inside of the product. So that's why I think this idea of user onboarding or product-led growth and doing it inside of the product is more relevant than it's ever been and will continue to become that way.